We there yet? There we go. Now I'm live on both Facebook and YouTube. It is Some Guy Who Cooks live late night edition here on Saturday, November 14th. Saturday, November 14th. And I'm making another staple for Thanksgiving, that being some sort of mac and cheese. But this is a macaroni pie, okay? So a lot of you who've known me for a while know that I used to do a mac and cheese cooking show called Meet Mac, okay? I want you to meet this friend of mine. Big old box of elbows. Anyway, macaroni and cheese or macaroni pie, very popular for Thanksgiving in a lot of households. So that's why I think it's perfect to do that for this live edition of Meet Mac. Not Meet Mac, of Some Guy Who Cooks. Sorry, look at me going back into the past there. I got some water boiling ready for these elbows. In the meantime, for those of you who are going to watch this in the future and are going to miss out on, and miss me having, hey, Gene, glad you're here, and miss me having the intro thing, hold on. It's Some Guy Who Cooks. Hey, there we go. Now you got your intro. Happy, I hope you are. Unless you're really tired of that intro. I'm a little tired of it. Anyway, earlier I cooked up some fried chicken. It turned out awesome. Oh, yeah. Hey, Crystal. But the fried chicken isn't what I'm here for. I'm here for the macaroni pie. So, I guess I should get to it. But, hold on. I'm going to take another bite of this awesome chicken. I'm going to put a little bit. And hello. I see In the Kitchen with Karen has joined as well. We're making macaroni pie, okay? Oh. I've got hush puppies and fried chicken to enjoy while I do this. How awesome is that? And yes, I made those from scratch earlier. Oh. Macaroni pie. Yes, yes, yes. So, naturally, the first thing we need when we're making macaroni pie is, our macaroni. We need our elbows. For this recipe, we're using 4 cups of it. No, 3 cups of it. Cups, not 4. If you do 4. Okay, I just sent macaroni everywhere. Try not to do that. But anyway, here's 1 cup. Into the boiling water it goes. I'm gonna pour another cup. Into the boiling water it goes. And 1 more. You're not wrong, Crystal. You are not wrong. There we go. 1 more cup. Into the water it goes. We now have 3 cups of macaroni boiling. I'm going to set a 7-minute timer. You heard that beep? Well, that beep was the oven heating up to 350 so that it's nice and ready to go. For whenever we're done boiling this pasta. So, what are our other ingredients, by the way? So, I've got this chicken and these hush puppies, and they are wonderful, but they have nothing to do with our macaroni pie, unless, of course, I want to turn it into a buffalo chicken ranch macaroni pie, which I must admit sounds awesome to me, but that's not what I'm going to be doing tonight. We're just sticking with the recipe that that Tammy gave to me. And by the way, if you're watching on Facebook, thank you for watching and supporting. Welcome, glad you're here. However, I do want to say I would be extra appreciative if you would jump over to my YouTube page, okay? Because that's where I can really get help the most, is if I get views there. So if you have the ability to jump over to my YouTube page, please watch it there. If you're already there, awesome sauceum. Thank you very much. Let's see. We got, no comments on the Facebook page yet. Here we go. But, oh, well, maybe there are and I just can't see them. I don't know. Either way. Yeah, here we go. Cool. So, yeah, no comments on the Facebook one. Yes, please do, everybody. And thank you for pointing that out, Crystal. Please hit like. If you haven't yet, hit subscribe. That's also going to help me. Please share the channel as well. Leave as many comments as you want. Because that would be awesome. So anyway, what are our ingredients? Well, we've got cheese, of course. What's macaroni without cheese? Now, the recipe calls for a stick of the Cracker Barrel white and a stick of the Cracker Barrel yellow, cheddar, the extra sharp, whatever. I bought those. However, I cannot find my hand grater, and my electric one is in the dishwasher. Luckily, I have a couple other kinds of cheese that are already shredded. I've got some sharp cheddar. I've got some Monterey Jack. It's not exactly the same, but it's going to work. Yeah, it'll still taste great. That was a loaded permission. What do you mean, Krista? What do you mean? No, I honestly do. I want everyone to comment as much as they can. As much as they can. Whatever you want to say. Seriously, I will comment back. Muhaha! Oh boy, what am I in for? Oh goodness, you're evil? Oh, I wish I had known this ahead of time, Crystal. Gosh. I guess I get what I asked for. And I see Mother Dearest. Hello, Mom. How you doing? Glad you jumped in too. Found this by chance. What do you know? Pinky out. Anyway, so we've got our cheese. We've also got a can of evaporated milk, butter or margarine. All my butter is frozen right now, so I guess I'm using margarine. Luckily, I have a tub. You thought I was going to say a ton, but actually it is a tub because, well, they do sell it in tub form. So there we have it. There's also mayonnaise. At least it's Dukes, right? I'm going to be dropping some Dukes a little later. So you know. Then we've got our garlic and onion powder. Got our salted water over here. By the way, keep stirring that. Looks like we got about 3 minutes left till I check these nudes. I love nudes. They got to be, still a little bit of firmness. I like them al dente. But then we've got 3 eggs. And yeah, good stuff, you guys. So while those nudes are going, I'm going to grease this pan. And the way I'm going to do it is, do I have my brush in here? I do. I'm going to grab some of this giant thing of olive oil, pour a little bit into my glass baking dish, and then I'm going to use this bad boy to brush it around. That's how I like to grease up my pan because I'm all out of, Pam spray and stuff. So, give it a good little brushy brush. Beep. And you can get the bottom, you can get the sides. Olive oil is fantastic for greasing up the pan. Butter is too, but like I said, my butter is frozen. So right now it's not exactly ideal for this purpose. But there we go. I got a little bit more olive oil than I needed, but that's okay because I love the flavor of olive oil, so it'll really contribute to this. Don't need you anymore. Woo! Well, next step, we can't do much until our nudes are ready. So let's see here. I'll go ahead and just preemptively look. Oven is prepared at 350. The pan is greased. Cheese is grated, obviously. Macaroni's boiling. Margarine, mayonnaise, eggs together well in a third bowl, and then add it to the macaroni. Well, you know what? Might as well start mixing this stuff together. So, we need the eggs, the margarine, the mayonnaise, and the evaporated milk. So, 3 eggs, can of evaporated milk, and I think it's a quarter cup of mayonnaise, quarter cup of margarine. Well, I have my quarter cup right here. Get a non-aerosol spritzer and use olive oil in it. That's true, but I don't have any of those right now. So, first up, gotta get a good mixing bowl here. Looks like most of them are dirty, but this one will work up here. It's tiny, but yeah, it'll get the job done. It's not the biggest mixing bowl, but like I said, it'll get the job done. All right. Spoon it is. We use a spoon to get this margarine into the quarter cup measure. Wow, this stuff just rolls up like a scoop of ice cream. All right. Before I finish with this, I want to check on those noodles. We got some elbows here. It's not quite a pound of them. And for a pound, we need to cook them for 9 minutes. I set a 7-minute timer. Perfect. I'm turning off this heat. Here we go. I'm going to drain it. You don't often get to see me do this, guys. Man. All right, so they're not completely drained because I don't have the strainer in there. My sink is full. Shame on me. Crystal, to answer your question, I'm only using a timer right now so I don't lose track of time. While I'm boiling them, I'm doing a lot of other things. So, yeah, I don't want to mess up because nothing's worse than a flaccid noodle. Ugh. All right, how are we doing here with this quarter cup? That's actually pretty dead on there. Let's go ahead and get that into our mixing bowl here. Quarter cup of margarine. And yes, my hands are clean. And we're done with our margarine now. So here we go. You wouldn't say that's the worst. What, flaccid noodles? I don't know. I mean, flaccid noodles are pretty terrible. So, I prefer al dente. All right, now we're getting a quarter cup of our mayonnaise here. Now, I've talked about this before. There are a lot of people who swear by Dukes. They think that they talk about it like it was handed down by God, him or herself. God itself, you know. As if God handed Dukes from the heavens down to mankind. And it's, the greatest gift the world ever received. Oh, there you are, Peter. Hey, how's it going, Amber? Glad you're able to join us. But yeah, Dukes, I mean, it's mayonnaise. It's a little bit tangy for mayonnaise, but it's mayonnaise. Oh, boy. Guys, I am running out of room in my fridge. Anybody want to help me eat some stuff? It's an offer. Anyway, next up, we're going to mix in this evaporated milk. We got a whole can. We need a cup and a half, and that's exactly how much cups comes in a can of evaporated milk. So, any and all pumpkin pie. Amber, unfortunately, the pumpkin pie is all gone. I apologize, but I can make more because I have more pumpkin. So there's that. You just, got to make your way to Florida is all. Yep, that's milk all right. And you know what, you guys? I'll give you a treat. I'm going to point you down at the bowl here. And I'm going to ploop in this milk. Ploop. All right, you got a live ploop. What do you think of that? I mean, how about them apples or macaronis or whatever? Okay. And let's see, what else did I need in there? It was butter / margarine, mayonnaise, evaporated milk, and the eggs. That's right, the eggs. How could I forget the eggs? Not a bad idea there, Amber. 3 eggs. 1. 2. Well, that one cracked weird. Huh. And 3. Those are all in there. Now they're in the trash. Now I'm washing my hands. Looks like we got about 6 people in here right now, which is awesome. Only 2 likes though, guys. Step it up. Step it up. Here we go. Spoons are not great at whisking. Just a, pro tip there. So the hardest part about this mixture here is the margarine, which I think will do a lot better once we add it to hot macaroni. You know what I mean? Know what I mean? When am I going to teach myself? Lick my fingers after the eggs. And when you teach yourself to crack eggs one-handed. That's a good thing. I have not taught myself to crack eggs one-handed yet, and I just haven't taken the time. I tried it once or twice and went, oh, that's going to take some time. And I don't have that time right now or the eggs to do it. Right now, I technically have the eggs, and I might actually have the time tomorrow. So who knows? Maybe I'll do it. But first, we got our macaroni. And I'm going to get it right into this pan here. Slide a spoon and hiccups. So guys, it's probably a good idea to fully drain your pasta. But I'm acting quickly here because, I don't want to bore you all with all the extra time in the middle of the video when I'm not editing it down. So please forgive that. But in the meantime, I'm doing my best to get all the water out of here I can. Which, luckily, a slotted spoon is pretty good for that, in lieu of a strainer for the moment. I gotta clean so bad. I got too much crap on the counters here. All right, I'm gonna drain a little bit more of the water out of here now that I've got less macaroni that can fly out. There we go. Oh, I lost a noodle. Man down. Man down. It's okay. It'll be fine. No one would be. Let's see. Facebook, ask for pointers if you need them. No one would be bored. Oh, all right. Fair enough. Another noodle. So while I'm going, guys, once again, if anybody's watching on Facebook, make sure you transfer over to the YouTube channel, Some Guy Who Cooks. That way you can, you can like, you can subscribe, all that jazz. And for those of you on YouTube, your YouTube is the one I'm monitoring right now. So if you have any questions or comments, please post them. I will do my best to answer all of them. And, if I really, really like your comment, I may even, read it out loud. But anyway, we got our noodles. Here they are in a nice greased pan, okay? Greased pan. And the step here is to add our mixture to the noodles, okay? And it's kind of a gross looking mixture. Hey, look at that. There's a yolk that hasn't been stirred in yet. Like I said, spoons are terrible for whisking. But it's what I'm using right now. So anyway, we got this mixture. We're going to pour it on in, just add it to the macaroni. As you can see, it's kind of chonky. And the reason being is there's a lot of margarine in there, and the margarine needs to melt still. Luckily, the macaroni is nice and warm, so it can kind of melt that margarine in there while I stir it around. Ooh, baby. I'm hoping this dish is going to be big enough. It should, but you never know. Once we add that cheese in there, there's no telling. We still haven't added the cheese. So, there's all that good stuff. And I'm going to grab a bigger spoon with which to stir now. What do you think? Will this one do? Yeah, I think that'll do nicely. Okay, we've got all that stuff in. Putting the margarine away. Careful, easy. Ah! I almost dropped some potato salad. Next order of business. I believe we are adding our garlic and onion powder. I could be wrong. Macaroni. Oh, okay, mix in all the white cheese and 3/4 of the yellow cheese. Evaporated milk. Add a teaspoon of garlic. Okay. Yeah. So let's go ahead and add our garlic powder. I'm just going to use everything that's in this little guy here. Don't waste potato salad. I wouldn't dream of it. You know me and potato salad. And onion powder. Good little helping. A good little helping. Enough that we can taste it. And I'm going to point you back down at this macaroni. We're now going to, cheese just went flying. Come on, cheese. We got a whole 8 ounces here that we need to stir in. Now, unfortunately, it's looking like this pan is probably a little small, but we're going to keep stirring. We're going to see how it goes. Luckily, it's working. If it is too small, what I'll end up doing, I'll grab my larger pan and I'll put it in there. I just didn't think I would need it for this. It's not like a huge recipe. There we go. There's all of our Monterey Jack. Now, technically, I'm supposed to be doing this part in a separate container, but, you know, I think it'll be okay. I mean, it smells pretty good so far. Next up, we're adding our sharp cheddar. We're adding most of it, and then the rest of it we're going to be sprinkling on top. I think just to give it that pretty color. Just mix it on in there. Come on, Noodle. You stay in there. No, you get back in there, Noodle. Yeah, I showed that Noodle who's boss. More cheddar. That constitutes about 3/4 of it. And that's going to get mixed in. Raise your hand if you love the sound of stirring mac and cheese. Anybody? Anybody? No takers? Tell you what, it's smelling pretty good, guys. Our oven is up at 350. It's ready for me to pop this in there. And I'm just about ready to pop it in as well. First thing I'm going to do, though, I think it's pretty well mixed. I'm going to smooth all this over on top. Now I'm going to take the rest of this cheddar and just kind of sprinkle it all over. Spread it out a little bit. There we go. Look at that. It's on there, and this is going to bake for about 30 to 40 minutes. I should grow green onions. Why should I do that? Never kept his room clean, did he? It's the sound of stirring is an ASMR trigger. Oh, look at that. And Crystal, you know, there were times when my room was clean. There were times when it wasn't. Right now, hey, but I'm working on it, actually. I am cleaning my whole house right now. I'm in the process of that. My garage. That was my lawn. Next step is my garage. Next step, I mean, the kitchen is kind of the step I take every day. You caught it at a bad time right now. Which lately a lot of time has been a bad time. But that's a topic for another day. In the meantime, I'm opening up this oven. We're getting this pie in here. Okay? All right. And we got a 30-minute timer, guys. Now, let's see. Yeah, it just says bake 30 to 40 minutes. So that's what's going to happen. Dude, I get it. My room was never clean. Fair enough, Crystal. Fair enough. So while this is going, I'm obviously not going to make you guys sit 30 to 40 minutes while this cooks. So I'm going to ask those of you watching right now a quick question. Would you like me to do something while we're waiting? Would you like me to stop and throw up pictures later and a short video of me eating it? Or, Amber votes that I hang out with you guys. Now, there are a couple things I can do while hanging out with you guys. I could go get my guitar and I could play some songs. That's one thing I could do. I could go grab a book and I could read you guys a story. Continue story time a little bit for the evening. But before I do any of that, go ahead, throw your votes up here. Read, music, etc. Okay, Amber's got her votes. But before I do that, I want to let you know, some guy who cooks is now on TikTok and Instagram as well. Gene also votes to hang out and read a story. All right, cool, guys. If I'm doing that, I will need a moment so I can go grab a book. Before I do that, though, I'm going to have another chicken strip. A little more ranch. Oh, Crystal, I'm definitely doing Q&A. Anybody who has questions, please ask them. I am here to answer, okay? So ask away. Ask away while I eat this chicken strip with buffalo ranch. It is super yummy delicious. So this chicken and these hush puppies are made with Brett's fried chicken seasoning, which actually in a prior episode I posted, I think. Yeah. How old was I when girls stopped having cooties? Funny you should ask that. They never really did have cooties for me. I always liked girls, so. I didn't always say it, but. So guys, I make some truly, truly excellent fried chicken. I really do. And I know it looks dark, but that's just because of how much chili powder I use. I promise you it's not burned. The chili powder just darkens it more. What did one hat say to the other hat? I don't know, Gene. What did one hat say to the other hat? Oh, this seasoning is so good. You stay here. I'll go on ahead. Aha, but Now, something I can talk about in future episodes, okay? Coming up this week. Saturday, as in a week from today, I will be doing turkey and stuffing, okay? Turkey and stuffing. It's going to happen. And that's going to be live. And I may have a few people over to try it out. Because why not? But here's the thing about my turkey. It's not a regular turkey. My turkey, I call the turkey bomb, okay? And it's a roulade. And what you do is you take a turkey breast, you debone it, and you butterfly it, okay? Now you take that and you smear on chive cream cheese. Crumble on bacon, sausage, seared apples, cranberries, raisins, and then a handful of shredded cheddar. Roll it up, cover in a spice rub, wrap it in a bacon weave, and bake it. I do know how to debone a turkey, Crystal. I do. So, hey, maybe I should do that for an episode, huh? I am rinsing off this serving spoon for when everything is ready. Now, I know how to do a whole turkey, but I haven't done it. I've watched plenty of videos and I've seen other people do it. So in theory, I know how to do it. I have done a turkey breast multiple times, though. I have deboned a turkey breast multiple times. The whole turkey, though, is another story. So I would love to give that one a shot. And an idiot's guide, huh? So, I mean, I can give you the basic idiot's guide right now. There's a bone right in between the two breasts of the turkey. And you really just kind of want to come down with your knife as close to that bone as possible. Now, if you want to keep the whole thing in one piece, it's another story. That's otherwise you can just shave it off and pull that meat right off, and you'll have individual breasts, which is a lot easier than trying to keep it as one big thing. See this, but watching someone that isn't a pro type chef do it would be good. You're right. That would be a good thing. So I will probably save the deboning process for doing it live with you guys. Why not? Who knows? Maybe I'll get a special guest to come and do it too. That would be cool, huh? But yeah, so let's see. We've still got 23 minutes. 23 minutes. So you guys want me to continue hanging out? I feel bad because you're just sitting here for 23 minutes waiting for that macaroni pie, but that's okay. It just needs to find the time to watch it. Okay. Let's see. We got some up. Yep, I see we got a comment or two on Facebook. We got more coming on YouTube. It would be fun. You love me for 23 minutes more. All right. Well, I love chilling with you guys too, okay? I like being here. I'm going to put this buffalo sauce away because I'm actually getting kind of full, so I'm done with eating chicken for right now. Good as it is. Whew. Oh, this feels so good because it's hot in here. I've been frying things and baking things and all that jazz. There's my cup. I'm gonna get some ice water, guys. Is this my dinner? No, I had other stuff too. I had egg salad actually earlier, and some potato salad. And earlier I had steak. It was good. It's New York strip. Who cares? Oh yeah, already read that. Let's get some ice. Listen, I know I'm a cool cat, but even cool cats get hot, Jack. All right. I'm making instant peach tea. Really busy cooking. Yes. I have been really busy cooking today, but I've been really busy doing a lot of other stuff, actually. So this is just instant squeezy peach tea, and it is pretty great, actually. It really surprisingly is. Yeah, you would be pleasantly surprised by this stuff. It's the Walmart brand, you know. One more squeeze. Now, oh, that is so refreshing. It's so refreshing, you guys. Now, while I'm enjoying that, I'll put some stuff away. Keep asking questions. We can get as personal as you like, okay? I know that's a dangerous invitation, but We're just having a good time, guys, okay? Oh, that's not the one I want to put away. But there's one more thing I'm going to do while doing this. And I'm going to introduce you all to mate. Now, clearly, I am not Argentinian. He laughs in the face of danger. You're right, I do laugh in the face of danger. In fact, danger's not any of my names. So I don't feel bad laughing at it because I'm not laughing at myself. So, it's cool. It's cool. But real quick, I'm gonna make mate. You need water. So yerba mate comes from the leaves of a tree. It's very popular in Argentina. And it's real bitter, guys. Real bitter. But I'm learning to love it, okay? Now, the thing about mate is it has to be really, really hot. Tuxedo cake. You know, I think I have, Amber. Actually, I think I have. But yeah, so like I said, mate is, it's really bitter. But you have to have it hot. If it's cold, it's not mate, it's tereré. If you put sugar in it, it's technically not mate. But, we'll get to that. So what I've got here is an electric kettle, okay? You're having tuxedo cake right now, Amber? I'm a little jealous, a little bit. Although earlier I did have an oatmeal cream pie, and those are one of my favorite things. So I know, not at all the same. But anyway, to the mate. Mate is prepared a very special way, okay? You need a special glass, like this one, and a special straw, like this one. Actually, it's not that different in preparation, I think. Well, the straw is not that different to a few other tea straws I've used. But regardless, special cup, special straw, set the straw in. Right here, we've got our yerba mate. Stuff is. Yeah. So it's interesting. You gotta get used to it because it is very bitter. And I would definitely recommend having the first round or two cold, which I forgot to do when I shared it with my family once. But anyway, I'm taking it scoop by scoop. Okay. And actually, let me tip this down for you. Scoop by scoop, we're putting it in here, okay? Now, when you start to reach the top, you want the mate to be at an angle, but an angle that is opposite the straw. So you'll hold the straw and you'll kind of pat it like that. But we're not there yet. It's still got probably 4 more scoops to go till we get there. Which you don't necessarily have to pat it like that. You can actually just pour it into the cup on this side, and it'll naturally build you that ramp, okay? But you fill this cup about 3/4 of the way to the top because it will expand. I'm going to put a little bit more. And like I said, this is from the yerba mate tree, I believe. And It is produced in Argentina, but I'll tip this so you can see how those leaves are like that. So what you want to do is you want to pour the water until it reaches about the top of the bottom layer of leaves there, okay? You don't want it to come up because it'll, which means you've pulled all the flavor. And you don't want to pull all the flavor because it's a lot of leaves and very bitter. So yeah, I'll show you as best I can, okay? Best I can. So I'm going to tilt this down again for you, and I'll bring it nice and close. I'm going to grab the water. Where did I put the... Oh, there it is. Now, while I'm heating a kettle of hot water, I'm going to do the first couple rounds cold, just so it takes a little bit of that strength away from it. But anyway, as you can see, I'm coming to the lower part here. I'm going to go pretty slow with this first round because the water is going to pool a little bit before it sinks down in there. And I don't want this washing up too much. What that does is it preserves the flavor from these leaves on top here, so that it lasts longer and longer and longer, and you can actually drink a full pot of water off of one glass of mate. Sometimes more, sometimes less. Depends on how long you let it sit. When you're using hot water, it will take a lot of flavor out the longer you let it sit. But anyway, we're just going to keep going with this cold water. Luckily, it's not going to pull too much of that stuff out. But you can see it's kind of raising these leaves a bit. And what you're going to do, I mean, you're just going to sip it. One sip. Two. Now, the straw I have is little holes instead of slots. So sometimes it gives you bubbles. You just have to swish it around a little bit. But anyway, that's it. I just drank all that was in there, and now I pour in another round. The traditional, from what I understand, the traditional ritual, as it were, would be that there's one person who's serving it. So they'll pour in the first round, they'll have the first round, and then they'll pour in more, and they'll pass it to the next person. The next person, when they finish with that little round, which is 3 or 4 sips, we'll hand it back, they'll pour it, and then they'll pass it to the next person. However many people are enjoying it, whether it's 1, 2, 3, 4, whatever. So, yeah, I'll show you another round here. Okay? Here it is. See, the leaves are starting to get a little bit wet on the bottom here, which is exactly what we want. And it rises up like that. Because the water is just barely touching those drier leaves on the top over here. But we want the water to rise up to the top of that bottom level. And this, folks, is mate. A real Argentinian would probably look at me and just like, that is not mate. No, that is tereré. Or something along those lines. Because the water right now is cold. But I do that so it keeps the first couple rounds from being unbearably bitter. Because for me, it is too much in the first couple, okay? But it is growing on me. It reminds me a little bit of cava, if you've ever had cava. Very earthy. Cava is a little less bitter than mate, but it's very earthy. Oh, 4 likes. How cool is that? It's very earthy. This is going to sound weird, but cava reminds me of boiled peanut water. It sounds really gross, doesn't it? There we go. And that water is still heating up. So I'm going to have another couple rounds of it cold like this because, well, that'll help take away from some of that super strong bitterness at the start. But it doesn't have a bad flavor. I actually kind of enjoy it. And it's, like I said, it is growing on me more and more. And you can see they're actually, it is bits of leaves and a little bit of bark and stuff like that. Why was I drinking boiled peanut water? Well, it's not really boiled peanut water. It's called kava, and it's from a root. And but it does kind of taste like boiled peanut water, but a little different. It gives this interesting numbing effect to your mouth. It's really, really interesting. There's a local kava bar. I don't know if it's still around. It was a place I went to a couple times before the pandemic. And then all that stuff hit the fan, and there went that. Got a little bit more water in my measuring cup here. Let's go ahead and get this in here. All right, sink on down. There we go. Ugh. I'm going to take a sip of this peach tea. Oh, that's good. All right. So keep asking questions, guys. The ingredients of what, Gene? Of the macaroni pie? Or of the mate? Or of the peach tea? For the macaroni pie, once again, our ingredients, which we've got 7 minutes left. I'm going to look real quick. Oh, yeah. It's thickening up, and it's looking pretty good. But the ingredients for the macaroni pie, we've got 3 cups of macaroni. Of the last drink I made, of the mate. Mate is just yerba mate. It's from the mate tree in Argentina. And it's basically, they take the leaves, and there's some stem in here too, maybe a little bit of wood pulp, but they grind it up. You know, so there are some sticks there. Flavored graveyard and Animal Crossing. I have no idea, Crystal. I haven't played Animal Crossing. You do you, though. But anyway, they grind it up. And so you've got your tea here, as it were. And it's just a full cup of that. It's a full cup of it. And you put it on a slant so that you don't wash all the leaves that are on the top of the slant, so that it can slowly pull flavor from those leaves. Now I'm going to commit a cardinal sin. Don't tell any Argentinians I did this, okay? I'm going to put a pinch of sugar on top because I'm about to use hot water, and that's going to draw a lot of bitterness. So a pinch of sugar right on top, okay? Don't tell anyone. Did you say the wrong name? Oh, no, you didn't say the wrong name, Amber. And I don't know. We'll see. But anyway, I'm going to point you down here again so you can see it one more time. Don't tell any Argentinians about the sugar. Okay? Don't tell them. Just don't. They'll hate me forever. And look at that hot water. And it's going to sink down, soak into those leaves. And it's not quite above that bottom level yet. We'll keep pouring a little bit. And let's see. Almost there. A little bit more. There we go. And you can kind of see this way a little bit. The water kind of meets that level there. Okay? Now, you don't want it to sit too long. Because if you do, it's going to get stronger and stronger the longer you let it sit. Now, this is really hot. This is pretty much boiling hot water. Which I'm going to open that. Ow! Ooh! Yeah, look at that steam. You take just little sips, okay? Oh, luckily there was some of that cool water still in the bottom there, and that's keeping it from burning me. Yeah, it's nice. I'm going to pour another one. And it's important that you don't wash the leaves. There we go. Good pour. Way to go, me. Now it's hot. Yeah, that's nice. So y'all are now acquainted with mate. We only got 3.5 minutes left on our timer. Does mate have caffeine in it? You don't want to ever try this stuff. Well, you know, it's kind of smoky. It's bitter. It's very bitter. If you didn't grow up with it, you probably won't like it very much. Very important, though, that if you do, you don't move the straw. Do not. Don't stir it. You don't move the straw, though. You leave it. Moving the straw would be another cardinal sin. Okay. You're bitter enough without adding to it. Cheers. Now it's hot. Well, guys, we're on the final countdown to our macaroni pie. We're almost there. We've been going live for almost an hour now, which means it took me about a half an hour to assemble everything, and now it's taken a half an hour to bake the stuff. So we're getting there. And, you know, we've enjoyed some mate. We've enjoyed some fried chicken and some, what's it called? Some hush puppies, some peach tea. Oh, yeah. I got a sweet tooth. That's why I'm still getting used to mate. But yeah, Mom, I'm not sure if it has caffeine in it or not. It might. And to answer your comment about it, you know, being so bitter, it's a lot less bitter when you do what I just did, where you have a couple rounds with the cold water first, and then add a pinch of sugar. Yeah. That's a lot more nice. When I say that, it's a lot nicer for an American who just started having mate in the past couple months. Okay, so any Argentinians possibly watching, please don't hate me. Have some understanding. Yeah, we're almost there, guys. Almost there. Home stretch. Keep throwing up those questions, okay? I am here. I feel like I should have had a guest tonight. Someone to, you know, to help converse and all that jazz. In the meantime, one site that I love frequenting is called meh.com. They have a different sale every day. Ooh, there's our timer. So I'm just checking now that it's 12:04. I'm checking today's sale. Nothing great. Who what? As in, who would I have as a guest? I have no clue. Not a finger. Or not a clue. But anyway, time to throw this towel onto the counter and grab some oven mitts. I don't know who I would have as a guest. Probably just a friend. I'm down to have anybody as a guest, honestly. One of the things that I would love to do is some guy who cooks is to eventually get to the point where I'm monetized enough that I can travel and I can cook for my fans. Because I would love to show up at someone's doorstep and say, hey guys, I'm recording an episode with you right now. Okay, so it looks like Alejandra has just commented it does have caffeine. It's in between coffee and tea for what you know. Okay, very cool. All right, good deal. Although it probably has more caffeine than either of the two or the both combined when you have a whole thing on your own. Just because it's a big cup of leaves. So it's a lot. But anyway, macaroni pie time, okay? Ooh! Now, would you look at that? I'm sure you'd love to look at it, but you can't because I haven't pointed the camera at it. I'm going to do that now. It smells wonderful. It really does. So what I'm going to do, I got a little plate of poo here. And I got my serving spoon. I'm going to serve some up. Okay, I'm going to go right in this corner here, okay? And, ooh, look at the way that cuts. And look at the way it goos. It's all gooey. Look at that, okay? Creamy, gooey. And it smells awesome. It really does. I wish you guys could smell this. Okay? You want me to use descriptive words. Okay. So I can smell the garlic. The garlic is coming through very strong. Even though I didn't use a ton of garlic, you can really smell it comes through very well, as well as the tanginess. You know how you can smell a bit of a tang. It's creamy. It's gooey. It's got some stringiness from that cheese. There's a little bit of curdled stuff here, and I think that's just where I didn't quite mix that mayonnaise well enough, or maybe that's where the egg didn't get mixed in as well, because I didn't beat it with a whisk. I mixed it with a spoon. Don't do that. But my whisk was dirty, and I should have just grabbed a fork. But oh well. Still looks great. But anyway, yeah, you can see we've still got... Oh, I need to turn off one of these lights for you. There, now you can see it a little better. You can see right here we've got that crust from the top layer of cheddar. And then look how creamy this is right here. I mean, it's just, yeah, it looks great. It looks fantastic. Now, you know me and mayonnaise, but I have faith with this recipe. I do. Baked cheesy. So you know what? I will start with the crust here. And look at that string of cheese. Ah! Saved by the plate. Here we go. Okay. Yeah, it's good and cheesy, guys. Good and cheesy. Now I can see where you would do well to use that white cheddar instead of the Monterey Jack. Monterey Jack is a very, very neutral cheese, a very mellow, mild cheese. So it doesn't lend itself toward doing much other than giving you a more of a richness. Why do you think it needs ham or bacon? Well, quite frankly, ham or bacon would be amazing in this. It really would. It would be amazing in this. Or maybe some chorizo. Ooh, yeah. Regardless, it's still really good, and I'm going to try some of the creamy part next. Oh, yeah. So the garlic and the onion powder are stars in this, okay? They really are. Even though you don't use too much, they really sock you in the face. but not in a bad way. They're a fantastic accent for the cheeses. You get that cheddar, and you would get it more if you had the white cheddar instead of the Monterey Jack. But it's very nice. It almost tastes a bit like it's got sour cream in it, but it doesn't. It's got margarine, and it's got eggs, and it's got evaporated milk, and mayonnaise. So yeah, that's probably coming from the Duke's. There's a lot of mayonnaise out there that's not too tangy. Duke's has a nice tang to it, and that's probably what's giving it that little bit of tartness, as if I use sour cream. But hey, this is a solid macaroni pie. So I have to give my props to Tammy, because this is good. And it looks really good too. And oh, look at this spoonful here. Oh yeah. I'm gonna bring this over and show it to you nice and up close. Wow, it's bright. Turn that light off again. Okay, I'm gonna bring it up to the camera here. Look at all that gooey goodness in that spoon. Okay? Isn't that fantastic? And I can't wait to try that. I'm always happy to get a spoonful of goop like that. Okay? That's one of the best parts of any sort of mac and cheese or macaroni pie. And Amber, you did not miss my Virgil's pick. And that's because we haven't done it yet. But regardless, we'll try to get to that. In the meantime, here we go. Oh, I'm excited for this part, guys. Creamy, gooey goodness. I realize I just licked the serving spoon. I don't care. I'm not going to use it again. I'll just, put it away. There we go. Ooh, looks so damn good. It is. It's damn good. I'm probably going to bring it into work and share a bit. Or just have it for lunch for the next few days. Something like that. Either way, this is a great midnight snack. So, guys, I appreciate you sticking around. I've had some pretty decent viewership all night. You can be bought with a good mac and cheese. To answer that, Crystal, I am going to be making more mac and cheese in the near future. If you'd like, I can send you a link to my old show, Meet Mac, but I'm probably going to be redoing those recipes. I have a bunch of different kinds of mac and cheese I'm going to make. Okay. So one kind I'm looking forward to is a buffalo chicken ranch mac and cheese. I think that sounds perfect for game day. Another kind I'm going to make, I'm going to go on a wild venture and try making gumbo mac and cheese. I know. Gumbo mac and cheese. What? It's absurd. But I'm just the madman to pull it off. Anyway, guys, let's see here. Freeze it in baggies. Have it with meatloaf. Cool. Thank you, as always, for doing this. You are welcome, Gene. Mac and cheese is wicked good. Yes, it is, Amber. As you can see, I'm still enjoying this mac and cheese. And tonight's episode was a great way of showing you guys that you don't, like I say in all my episodes, you don't need to be an amazing chef in order to cook. Anybody can do this. I'm just some guy who cooks. And as you can see, I followed a recipe tonight. And there's no shame in that. And you're welcome for hanging out with you tonight. Thank you for hanging out with me tonight. But anyway, yeah, you can follow a recipe. There's no shame in following a recipe. The shame is when you continue to follow that recipe and you don't make it your own. Okay? The fun and the joy in cooking is finding your niche. Okay? In the words of Jacques Pepin, and these are item words, but in his generalized words, following a recipe is the thing you should do when you first make a dish. Okay? Because you're learning how to make it and what it should taste like. Okay? After you've done that, after you've got down those basics and you know the flavor profile, that's when you create your own versions. That's when you make it your own. You take it into your own hands. You experiment with ingredients. You experiment with the preparation and all of that. That's what makes it fun. Okay? I once got in an argument with someone about pesto. They said, I gave a pesto recipe and they said, that's not pesto. I said, yeah, it is. And, they got into this whole argument about why it wasn't pesto. And it's like, look up the dictionary definition of pesto, you jerk. Regardless, they were dumb. Yeah. But, yeah, guys, cooking, it can be a lot of fun. And I want you to enjoy it too. So I'm glad y'all hung out with me tonight. And I look forward to doing this more. Until next time, once again, I am some guy who cooks, and I look forward to doing some more episodes for you. Probably do a lot of recording tomorrow. Just got to figure out what I'm going to make. Perhaps sweet potato pie? What do you think? All right, guys. Take it easy. Much love. Thanks for watching. Yes, Amber, some girl who sleeps. I got to be some guy who sleeps. I'm serving church in the morning at like 7. So, all right, guys, take it easy. And thanks again, Crystal. You were a joy tonight, as were all of you. And I'll see you next time, as always. Much love, smoochy, smoochy. Mwah! Love ya!